It's perhaps a disturbing question and one that reflects the communally polarized atmosphere in the country. The I Love Muhammad controversy, which erupted in Uttar Pradesh after a flashboard was put up during a procession for Eid Miladun-Nabi, or the Prophet's birthday, seems to have snowballed into one that's led to sharp reactions, sporadic skirmishes at different parts, including in Karnataka. From posters of I Love Mahadev as a response and even quips with I Love Rasgulla on the lighter side, the issue has again exposed social fault lines. The objection to the I Love Muhammad flashboard came from right-wing groups in Uttar Pradesh, and the police had arrested some people for putting up that banner. The question is, what's wrong with the flashboards for a procession? Really, what's wrong with love, whether it's Muhammad or Mahadev? Joining us this evening, political analyst Nikhil Jain versus Amitosh Parekh of the VHP. Amitosh Parekh, what's your problem, sir? Whether I love Muhammad or Mahadev, some would ask, is this purely another desperate effort to fuel a communal narrative in a world inundated by social media posts?
TCR, I can't hear any audio.
Unmute yourself, please.
Yeah, apology. Well, thank you for inviting me on such a particular important issue for the debate. Being a VHP spokesperson, we have no issue with anyone loves Muhammad or anyone loves Mahadev. This is a secular country and everyone has a right of freedom of speech and expression. We have a problem using radical tools to depolarize, also to make a state in an affair where communal violence erupts. I make a very important point. The Uttar Pradesh Anti-Terrorism Squad on Saturday arrested 3 youths who were of 22-23 age, named Zayed Notiar, Muhammad Aya and Abu Sufyan, who had done a crowdfunding under the name of Gaza and done an anti-national activity, involved in an anti-national activity. The I Love Muhammad row has erupted a communal violence in different parts of the country, being in Uttar Pradesh to Uttarakhand. Why Sir Tanse Juda slogans have been raised in the respite of I Love Muhammad? Why Gustaki Nabi Azad has slogans raised? Why youth has been used for such a radical tool? Why women and children has been used? And we see the same modus operandi everywhere the communal violence takes place. We take an example of Sambhal, take an example of Uttarakhand, and take an example of...
Let me get Nikhil to respond. You made sharp allegations to start with. Let me get Nikhil to respond.
Sure.
First of all, I really don't get what is the point of saying that somebody did a crowdfunding campaign for victims of Gaza. What is wrong in that? The world is accepting that a genocide is going on. Sir, I was not interjecting you. Please extend that courtesy. What are the anti-national activities that you're talking about? What are the charges? What are the allegations? And how does it even relate to the I Love Muhammad campaign? Everybody is within their right to say, I love Muhammad, I love Mahavir, I love Mahadev, I love whomever I want to love. What is your problem with that? Why does the VHP, and the BJP also, why do you have a problem with people spreading the message of love and harmony? Why do you not let people be? Let people put up posters of I love anybody. Why do you care? You should care if somebody says anything ill about the Hindu faith, Hindu gods, or some other religion. But nobody is doing that. Right now, you're trying to link this with Sar Tanse Juda and this and that. Everybody condemns it when somebody says Sar Tanse Juda. Absolutely wrong, illegal. They should be prosecuted against. But what is the problem with I Love Muhammad? I really don't understand you guys.
You really don't understand.
Amitosh, what's the problem he's asking?
Sir, I'm making my point more clear and specific for my... I'm making my point more clear. In the very beginning, I said we have no issue with anyone saying I love Muhammad. We have the issue anyone saying I love Muhammad, and despite saying I love Muhammad, doing everything which is making a communal sense, doing everything which is making a radical sense. Why these people always come forward and do radical things in the garb of anything? Take an example of Waqf. The Waqf bill has passed by the JPC and the parliament. The Murshidabad take an example of radical viewpoints. Why these people don't speak on those points? I Love Muhammad controversy is erupted where UPA ATS has already arrested 3 youth which have been coming under the which has been coming forward for the anti-national activity. We are saying, you say I love Muhammad, nobody is countering your I love Muhammad, but taking a radical tool under the garb of...
You are saying nobody is countering on Muhammad, but that is really the core controversy that's been playing out. Why should there be such an objection to such a flashboard being put out?
Why they don't say I love
Bharat?
Talk
about every other issue, sir, but what's the problem with a flashboard of that nature?
So why they don't come forward and say I love Bharat? Why don't they come forward and say I love India? Why they always has to beat their chest for Palestine? Why do have to beat their chest for anti-national activities? Why they have to come forward and say Sir Tanse Juda? Why everything has taken a religion turn? I love Muhammad, go and say I love Muhammad. Why Sir Tanse Juda slogans have been raised under the garb of I love Muhammad? Is it blasphemy or is it provided under the Constitution of India?
Nikhil.
Do you see the kind of communal hatred this person has. He has a very polished language. He started the debate with saying that I love Muhammad, there is nothing wrong with that, anybody can say anything. But then he just retorts to these people say this, these people say that. But the topic of the discussion, the controversy is on that limited point. I love Muhammad. If somebody is doing an anti-national activity, Hindu or Muslim, put them behind bars, prosecute them, try them, and convict them. I am with you. But where is the problem if somebody says, I love Muhammad? Why do you rake up a controversy when somebody says, I love Muhammad? These people are doing anti-national activities. What anti-national activities? These people are saying this. These people are saying that. The moment you start talking about citizens of India in these terms, these people, that shows the mindset you're coming with. That you look at the Muslim community with a sense of othering, with a sense of hate, with a sense of contempt. And that is not how we should be treating our fellow Indian citizens. All of us should, live in peace and harmony. But you guys simply don't want that.
Can I make
Amitosh's
my point?
Nikhil is raising is something very deep. While you will say, for the record, that I don't have a problem only with that I love Muhammad problem, the issue is pretty clear. There are layers underneath, and you are making that the core issue of this.
Sir, I have a very specific question with my Nikhil friend. Is there any FIR has been registered under the administration for the person who is speaking I love Muhammad, or the FIR has been registered for the person who were trying to disrupt the peace or taking the law and order situation to the another point? This is a very basic point. Therefore, Nikhil is already making a point again and again that we have a problem of anyone speaking I love Muhammad. And I am making my point, we have a problem of not speaking with I love Muhammad, but taking a religious outrage and raising an anti-national slogans or slogans which are already have a criminal mindset, has no place in the land of Bharat, or Sartan se juda, Gustaki Nabi ki ek hi saza, Sartan se juda. Why these people has to make such slogans in India? Why these people has to
very
make a
quick response,
outrage?
Nikhil, before we close this conversation.
These people already have a criminal mindset. Now that speaks a lot to the mindset my friend has. See, this is the problem. He's coming with such prejudice that are so filled with hate.
Do you support these slogans?
Absolutely not. I started by saying that.
That's what we are saying. We are opposing these slogans.
It's not correct.
No, I think we should leave this conversation at the moment, because frankly, I'm not even sure this conversation should be had. The hope was that we could question the flip side of some of these conversations, but let's leave it for the moment here, though it's sort of spread across the board. One of these conversations need to be very carefully observed. We'll take a very short break here on the Southern View. When we come back, much more.